laying egg. Instead of getting those chickens with their heads explode, get these. Then you can just shove a black cat in there and blow their heads off.
That was my idea.
It's 2 in 1. You won't have to spend as much money. Also, at this fireworks stand, they got for 300 packs. They get a buy one get one free deal. Pretty sweet, huh?
Free. You get to buy one, get 5 free.
The law says that in the state of Texas that you can sell 2 times a year. You can sell June 24th through July the 4th, 11 days, or you can sell December 20th through January 1st, 13 days. I was about 12 years old, and I was working for a man in a concession stand basically down at Barton Springs. But they would hire me because I was a pretty good sized boy, and I'd go out and I'd unload the trailers and the stuff that came in. And then the next thing I know, I had a couple of fireworks stands, and I bought a company and then bought another company, and then here I sit, you know, owner of all these stands. But the hardest part of the whole job really is, I think, finding somebody to run it.
The bugs are bad, I said. They get in your hair, and they really are bad.
Oh yeah, you can do that. So you rolling?
Okay. Oh, really? We've run a fireworks stand out here, I guess, off and on for about 15 years.
Well, we run it as a family. She may have already told you this.
We talked a little bit about it.
But our oldest daughter is the one up here selling. Her and her kiddos live right next door here. Her other daughter and her husband live in Bryan. So this is a family 10 days at the 4th of July and at New Year.
And it's tiring. This year, my daughter decided we were going to purchase some stools. And they are nice. They bring us to the right level.
The right height where you can sit here if you're not busy.
Get your feet off that
Or
ground.
if you got a customer and you're standing up here and they're looking up there, you can squat down here and just sit down here and let them look and get out of their way and they can see.
I'm 19, so that's you know, about as young as you can get. They're 14, 16, and 17. It's our first time, so we don't know what to expect. We figure if we stay open 24 hours a day, then we'll get all the nighttime traffic, because most stands close around midnight, 1 o'clock. So we all kind of just sleep, you know, periodically, you know, very rarely. As you can see, we have the hammock set up here. We have a lawn chair in front of the air conditioner. Every once in a while, somebody will sleep in the back of the truck or sprawled out in the cars.
Like I said, a buddy of mine, he was just doing this and he needed some help, and I come and helped him and made, you know, a few bucks. It's kind of fun. He was a carny and it's a lot of fun.
You have to sit out here for 2 weeks. You don't leave. You know, you're guarding a whole lot of cash. You're guarding a whole lot of inventory. And there's been quite a few people that have been, you know, ripped off because they'll set up out here and, you know, no protection, no nada, and you can't do that. It's dangerous. It really, you know, people think, oh man, that'd be fun, but it's got its drawbacks.
I've been selling at the same location for 17 years. I started when I was 10 years old, and I have the first season we did it. We had a woman come up who had her baby that day on the 4th of July, and she was there that evening at like 11:30. And I remember that she was very worried that she wouldn't be able to buy fireworks because she had to have her baby, but she had to have her fireworks. And we thought that was the coolest thing, so we just gave her some fire. We didn't charge her anything because I figured if someone wants fireworks that bad, she can have them. And every year they came back for about 7 years. So we got to see that little girl grow up. And they moved away or something. One year they never came back.
You guys should have been here last night. What you guys need to do is you need to come by about 3 o'clock tonight. Oh yeah, we're sitting out here, about 4 of us. Oh, hey, wait.
Jamie! That's Crazy Todd's girlfriend there.
We traded a guy that owns a Sonic for food. And we traded Charlotte. His wife was real nice to some customer, and they brought us like the Dryers. Like she worked for Dryers Ice Cream, and she bought us like 2 cases of lemon chill. So we're in good shape today.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting sassy now.
Everybody, you two are the bums that have been sitting over here with a beer in your hand all day.
We're security.
I'm just kidding. You guys helped out when you were needed.
Look at these security guards. Someone got faster than security guards.
There we go.
We have security on the last day. I usually hire Hayes County Sheriff or San Marcos Police Department.
I carry protection.
I have booby traps.
Actually, I guess I'm pretty lucky. A lot of the other stand owners tell me they've had trouble with people trying to break in or something like that, and I haven't had that trouble, knock on wood. But I do bring the dog with me, and like I said, there's always a lot of people here. There's always 4 to 5 people here at one time, so we keep it pretty covered. And then most of the locations have been pretty well populated.
If somebody takes off, you chase them or just let go?
There's usually too many people around here. Well, it depends on who's going to see this. Yeah, we chase them, we catch them. Depends on who's going to see this. Now,
I'd chase them.
Is Chester going to see this? Yeah, we chase them down. We get them.
You just don't pull that gun unless you're planning on using it. And if you maim somebody, they might just get mad at you, take the gun away from you and kill you.
I have been ripped off. I got a few secrets I can't let out. If they try to get me this year, they're in for some big surprises. I'm not playing games anymore. Never had to use it, and I hope I never do.
And actually, and this is, I was going to say,
Especially because mostly around here it's kids. Or I'd feel awful bad. But
There have been fights here at this stand, I'm standing here watching it. And for example, last year, a year ago, almost to this date, I saw a kid get beat by 6 other guys right here in front of me. And all we could do was call the cops. By the time the cops got here, they left. There was no one else, and I'm not going to get involved, in getting something like that. So
I had a guy come up last year who was going to try to hold us up and dropped his gun on the ground. So he left.
Well, we had that stand over there the first night we was open last year. We had a lock cut on that door over there, and they went in that stand, got about, best we can tell, $50 to $70 worth of stuff, just what they could carry out.
we didn't have it stocked yet.
We had this one completely stocked, and that one just extra stuff set in there. And they picked the wrong one to go. And we had a couple of boys sleeping in a trailer right behind it here, but they sleep too sound.
We don't let them stay
No,
during the night.
Stay anymore.
They might have done it themselves just so they don't have to stay out there no more.
You're not with no TV station, are you?
No, we're doing documentary.
Oh, okay. I'll repair the stands and set up stands because the public will not come to a bad stand. Am I correct or wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Cars backed in through them, drove through them, tornadoes, wind has turned them over, flipped them. It's no story's right. When we get through with them, they look just exactly like these stands here. They were clean and just like the public wants to see them. This is called a stencil. All we do is screw it to the wall, stenciled with spray paint, which we use Rust-Oleum from Walmart. And Walmart's paint better than any paint we ever got. Walmart's paint is the best. I retired, I love to fish. That's all I could tell you, really. If you need any more. Appreciate it.
Hey, we have fireworks too! Talking on the cell phone and honking. And driving. Whenever it's slow, we'll do pretty much whatever it takes. We go out by the highway, dance, hold up signs, waving people. We're also selling Cokes and pickles and gum. It's, you know, on the side as extra money for ourselves. Pretty hot out here, lots of bugs. You're not allowed to have open flames, so you can't have a citronella candle. So what we have is pantyhose hanging from the ceiling with mothballs inside of them.
We read that and it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
It does work.
It works quite well. The first night we didn't have them and we paid for that.
You get to meet a lot of interesting people. I tend to be around the same people all the time because I'm in school. And so it's nice to come out here and talk about something other than biology.
I work for the Department of Transportation. I have a full-time job.
I'm a school teacher and I'm off. And he was in between jobs.
I drive a school bus.
I work for the City of Austin Housing Authorities.
Electronic engineer.
Student work.
Teach.
I'm a salesman.
I work for a software company out here.
People sell fireworks to put themselves through school.
We got a law degree, 2 master's students, plenty of bachelors working around, 3 master's students, yeah.
And Alan, what grade have you graduated from?
Okay.
So Alan here, he's going to be in 6th grade.
Although at the same time, everybody gets pretty annoyed because I'm naming birds as they go by. Oh look, there's a bat. We were picking up bugs last night.
It's a different environment than what I'm used to at the office. You know, there it's, you know, stuffed shirts and computers and things like that. And you get out here and it's people. It's all people.
If I miss 2 or 3 days of not sitting on the porch, people ask to see them, some of them in the grocery stores. Bob, all right? So I haven't seen him out in the swing last 2 or 3 days.
Where's the swing man?
Yeah, some of them that call him swing, call me the swing man. I told them first 2 years I retired, I was going to just sit there. And then after that, I started swinging. And my swing fell on me with me about 6 months ago.
The chain broke.
I wore one of the chains.
Yeah, we're all from this area. Everybody that works here went to high school here, or grew up here, or something, has lived here for the whole 15 years. And we've had the same people working the stands just about the whole time.
But we live here. Like these other people, they're here for 10 days and they're gone. But we
have to
live
live
here.
with these people.
So you get what you expect when you think of fireworks stands. You get the people without teeth and 25 kids who spend several $100s on fireworks, and then you get the yuppies coming in who buy sparklers for their girlfriends so they can be cool. And between those people, you can talk about virtually anything with anybody. I've had conversations about books to bad dental work to sure is hot out here.
If you build it, they'll come, and they're going to come. And they always come at the last minute.
And we will sit on the side of the road at our fireworks stand from June 24th until July 2nd. And we will sell 10% of what we're going to sell. On July 3rd, we'll sell it 20%. On July 4th, everybody's coming. That's when you do all your business.
The first season we were out here, they told me you need 18 people, and I said, we can get by with 12. I needed 20.
I try to get a lot of chicks to come out here because people buy more from girls. I just sit on the side.
But we've had people that had to stand in line for an hour and a half.
Last year they stood in line while it was raining.
As fast as we can.
And that's with
While it was raining, they stood out there.
Yeah,
in
they
that
stand
line.
in the rain because they're not going to lose their place. And then some come up and say, oh, I'm not waiting in line that long. Well, they don't realize what a short line it is, really. And they'll go over there and get in line, stand for 30 minutes, and then they're back over.
Come the last days, you kick into a different personality. You have to become a salesperson. You know, now my old man, he does a great job of it. He loves to sell. He does. You know, me, I'd rather organize, I'd rather do anything. I'm not, selling's not my deal. You know, but when I have to do it, it's like your personality kicks in where, you know, you got to sell that something. You know, this is it.
I've spent 17 years trying to figure out why I have to sit on the side of the road for 10 days doing absolutely nothing, and then work my butt off for one day to get it all done.
You got 2 days or you got 3 days. And if you ain't pushing your stuff, you done sat here for 2 weeks and ain't made diddly.
On the first this last season, we started at 9 o'clock in the
9
morning.
o'clock, and we didn't
stop until we closed
We
that
didn't even
night.
stop and eat that day.
We grabbed a
Was drinking Ensure and Dr. Pepper.
Power Bar and Ensure.
I spent about 2 hours on the very end window and just that one spot for 2 hours, and then never got to go. I think he even headed to go to the porta potty and ended up right here. Someone called me over and I ended up getting stuck in this window working with a bunch of customers.
I have no concept of time anymore. We've been out here for, I think, about 60 hours or so, something like that. And I've probably gotten a total of probably 8 or 9 hours of sleep.
So it's a crazy world. It takes crazy people to do crazy things, you know, and we're just some of those crazy people.
This will probably be our last season. One of the drawbacks from a fireworks stand is to be able to get the location that you want, you have to work to Christmas. And we haven't spent Christmas at home in 5 years.
I haven't had a normal Christmas in 2 years, 3 years. I shouldn't say that. I haven't had a Christmas at home. I mean, we have a Christmas tree that's about 2 foot tall. We set it in front of our stand and put lights and stuff on it.
Someone has to be there for that 11 days, 24 hours a day. That's me. That's me. They got to at least try to determine. Hello. Well, that's you. Well, you get it.
Hello?
My class reunion, my 30-year class reunion, you know, I was voted most likely to fail. And so I've got to go do this little fireworks show for all my buddies that, you know, they've known me all my life, that knew, you know, I was sitting on the side of the road selling firecrackers. They always thought I was crazy, you know. And we're going to shoot them the damnedest Class C fireworks show that they could ever imagine. And they'll think it's just like downtown Austin, but it's a little bitty, you know, we're going to dazzle. Dazzle, actually, what we're going to do is baffle them with bullshit, is what I call it.
All right, this here's a show that we're going to shoot for Crockett High School for their 30-year class reunion. That's what it's going to be for.
It's funny, you listen to these guys who come in and they talk about how they're about to go show their boy what it was like when they shot fireworks as a kid and they're like missing a finger. And yeah, I blew off my finger with a black cat, or look at this scar. My favorite stories are the fireworks scar stories, and then they're still out there. Look, boy, we're gonna show you how to do this right.
I like fireworks. I like blowing stuff up.
Oh, joy. And this guy's telling us about how he blew up a fireworks stand in '94 in Del Valley. And then in a little bit later on in the conversation, he just out of the blue says he needs to take his medication. And, you know, I'm like, oh, man.
I got hit on last night by a guy without a shirt on. That was nice.
One year I had my hair dyed vampire red, and the next year, and somebody kept coming back. Like, she came 4 or 5 times that year with her kids, and so she kept making fun of my hair. And then the next year she came back, and she remembered my hair, but I had no clue who she was, and I'd almost forgotten that I'd dyed my hair. And she, what happened to your hair? I think she was missing her front left incisor.
It was right behind a flea market, and the flea market people lived there. And they would go to the bathroom in plastic bags and throw it over the fence. And all near my parking lot would be all these HEB sacks just full of refuse and stuff like that that these people, that was probably the grossest thing that's ever happened to me at a stand. So that was interesting. It's staying up at night and just watching bags flying over the barbed wire fence. So, you can use that one at your discretion.
It's almost time to make boom boom, baby. Fireworks World Supercenter is chocked, stocked, and ready for the first 4th of the millennium. June 24th, a day that'll become legend in the minds of Central Texas fireworks fans. Because it's the grand opening of Fireworks World Supercenter. This is the mother of all fireworks stores. Over 9,000 square feet of air-conditioned shopping and rows of things that go boom and look pretty.
There's probably 200 locations all over Southeast United States.
And how long has this one been here?
We just got this one finished, like yesterday. So this is its first year. My dad built, and he owns Fireworks World. He owns all of them. He started out wholesaling out of the back of a car 15 years ago, I guess. And it's turned into all this. So it's kind of a rags to riches story, I guess. Everybody comes in here in shock when they see it. They're wondering, is this used for anything else during any time of year to build a building this big and only sell fireworks?
What do they do with this the rest of the year?
Just stays empty. We just sell fireworks the 4th season and then New Year's season. I guess everybody they don't know what to think about it. Of course, I didn't know what to think about it when I drove into town and saw little bitty stands because I've not seen those since I was a little girl. So.
Well, you guys probably hadn't talked to anybody around here in the stands yet, have you?
No, some people came in a while ago and said they were from another stand, but they don't talk to us, so we're trying not to associate with them.
I don't know, we went down there and bought, there were 4 or 5 things that were more expensive. I mean, that we were more expensive on than they were.
Y'all drawing your prices on those things?
There was like one thing that we couldn't beat their price on. And it was like the Saturn missile, the little so we lowered it, but we couldn't lower it to what they had.
You're not filming, right?
Just because we're bigger doesn't mean our prices are necessarily higher.
It's about 4 times more expensive on most stuff.
When really, if you look at it, we have more, so our prices would probably be lower.
Their prices are way higher than mine.
And the prices seem to be cheaper here too.
Less expensive.
It's a higher quantity.
Most of the places you go to, they got the 1 buy 1 get 11 free. 5 days before buy 1 get 20 free. And right now they don't have nothing like that in here. I mean, it didn't seem too bad.
Our prices equal out to everybody else's. We're still trying to, compete with everybody else. So.
It's indoor. It's biggest selection in the world.
More spacious, I'm staying outside, so I got to worry about mosquitoes or anything.
Yeah, well, you're indoors, you're out of the weather. You can lock up at night. Those you got to stay by your stand, for 2 weeks straight.
Would you come back here again, you think?
Yeah, if everything works the way it's supposed to, yeah. I'm not going to get no duds. I'd come back.
Oh yeah, we're coming back.
We'll come back.
We're coming back next week.
Oh,
thank you.
No problem.
Oh, y'all beat me.
Don't ring that up. We'll just go back to them. And they did that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Y'all just come back and see us next week.
There's a little package in here. Has 50 firecrackers in there, and you buy one of them and you get 5 free. And this package, this one costs how much?
Okay.
$1.80. So you get 5 packs of firecrackers, 6, because you get to keep the one you bought as well as the 5 you get free.
So basically what it is, you're going to get 300 firecrackers for $1.80.
30 cents a pack. Now we could sell them for 30 cents a pack, but then we don't have anything to paint on the stand. I don't want them confiscating that cake.
how they were arguing about what they were going to buy up here. They settled it out and then pushed each other, and they walked off. And next thing I know, I looked up, one of the guys on the ground beating them, and got up. We called 911 on them. They were here within about 30 seconds. That's about it.
It's not all a bed of roses. Anybody that thinks it's just standing here and taking money and handing fireworks across the counter, it's not that.
State Fire Marshal, look out.
That's the fire marshal, state fire marshal, come around, he makes an inspection, they have to check it, make sure it's all up to code, and that's what he did. And he didn't like that one thing standing in front of the door. I guess they figure you're gonna go from here out to that door and run out there instead of jumping over here.
Yeah, we got 2 little fire extinguishers, one in each one about that big. They can paint me gone if this booger catches on fire, you know.
Well, we got an extension cord now. We turn off the air conditioner to the trailer so we can use the frying pan. And we don't use a microwave while we're using the frying pan.
Up till about 5:30 today, we only had $4 in sales. And to make like even decent money here, you need to do like total overall about between 10 and 12,000. We started offering free Cokes. Instead of selling the Cokes, and we've kind of changed our sign. We're creeping up on about $1,500 now. Over 6 days though, it's pretty bad. On New Year's last year, the stand had to close down at 10 o'clock because their shelves were bare.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Get to go home.
I don't know, just because it was 2,000 or whatever.
I basically help load trucks, get them all out, get them to locations on time.
So do you see yourself moving into this kind of thing?
No.
What are you thinking?
Ranching. I want to be a rancher and get a whole bunch of land and move away from all my neighbors and just see myself kicking back and have a cold beer or something like that and say, damn, I don't have to work anymore. I'm tired of working. I don't have time for that stuff. 2 or 3 things. 1, chasing girls. 2, going home and go to sleep. 3, leave school and go deer hunting. 4, go fishing. 5, and, well, I don't know, 5 is, I don't do much stuff. Well, in fact, taking M60s and M1000s and throwing them in people's trash cans and mailboxes and toilets and someone's tailpipe on a car or something like that. I like throwing M60s at squirrels and throwing them at them, get them out of my yard and stuff. That's about it. I need to put something underneath there. This is the boss's son. He needs a girlfriend and he needs to kind of fit it in some way. I don't know how to actually put it. He's cute, good looking, spends a lot of time, whole 9 yards. Someone that's not ugly looking but cute. I'm a rebel. Rebel.
Well, we enjoy working with the little kids. A lot of the fireworks stands, they want to sell these big items. We have fun selling these little bottom items to the little kids and watching the smile on their face when they get something.
I'm not as patient with little children as the gals are and the younger kids who will be over there working. And I'm more in tune with the larger items.
If it takes me 30 minutes to wait on a little kid, I don't care. I'm retired. I told him I don't even wear a watch anymore. So what's 30 minutes? If it makes that little old kid happy, makes his day, then that makes my day.
And I have spent literally an hour with a kid who's 12, 13, 14 years old who wants to make sure he gets exactly what he wants. And I have sold $800 worth of fireworks to one man in 5 minutes.
Payday.
Yeah. A lot of people are like,
30th.
I get paid on Friday, I'll be back.
There's gonna be quite a few people, coming around pricing, saying, hey, I want this, this, and this. I got the stuff that I want. Now I just have to wait for my paycheck. You have to wait for your paycheck. You shouldn't be buying too many fireworks, though.
I know.
That's the only thing that bothers me sometimes is I know people spend $100, $150 on this stuff that's going up in flames whenever they really could use that money somewhere. And that, that kind of bothers me on that fact. But then, as everybody said, well, if they don't spend it for that, they're going to spend it for something else. Well, maybe they will, maybe they won't.
I like selling fireworks. I don't. Been doing it 5 years in a row, but
Why do you do it then?
money. I mean, if it works out, you do all right. Where else can you pick up $2,000 in 2 weeks' time? Or $4,000 in 2 weeks' time? Unless you're some kind of college-educated individual. You're doing stuff illegal. I don't know, maybe you can, and I'm just not aware of it, but for the most part. Most people do it for the money. We don't mind it so much. It's just sometimes it just drags on.
This is the part where we stand around and wait for the people to show up and eat a good protein diet at Nance.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I will be so glad to go home.
Come midnight, we can just leave. We're gonna go pop fireworks. Go figure. I've been around for 2 weeks almost. That'll be fun.
Through Friday night at about 7 o'clock, we'd sold a little under $1,000. Hadn't had time to count here in a little bit, but we're probably over 3,000 by now. It's just started on. It's just coming on now.
We're tired already.
Got enough stuff to blow up half the world or the whole world?
More like 1 billion. And here's an idea. Nuke the fire ants! Oh, and by the way, all the way, M88s and M60s are the same thing.